Video on. Okay. My Math, Volume 2, Grade 4. We are on Chapter 14, Geometry. And today we're going to talk about classifying angles. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that glare. Okay. Classifying angles. All right, so how are the essential question, that means the important question, how are different ideas about geometry connected? All right, angles can be measured in a more precise means more definite way than turns. Okay, there we go. In a more precise way than turns. Okay, so the last lesson we're talking about 1/4 of a turn, half a turn, a full turn. So now we're saying there's a more precise, a more definite, a more detailed. So this word means like a detail. Write that down, okay? So you don't forget that precise means more detailed, more specific. Way than turns. The unit used to measure an angle is called a degree, okay? So like a full turn of a circle is 360 degrees, okay? This is the degree mark. Like if you're taking your temperature, it's by degrees. A circle is made up of 360 degrees. An angle that turns through 1/360 of a circle is called a 1 degree angle. So that means it's like moving this and measuring one teeny tiny angle. Okay, that means that 360 1 degree angles. So it's like putting 360 teeny tiny little angles that each measure 1 degree. Okay, so visualize that. Probably a lot smaller than that. Sharing the same endpoint, make a circle. The angle below turns through 3 1 degree angles. So it measures 3 degrees. So here it is. So this here is 3 degrees. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 3 degrees. All right. I don't think I have a protractor, but if I did, I would measure it here. I will have one on Monday or when we meet again. Okay? Math in my world. Example 1. David waits by the crosswalk sign on his way to school. The angle outlined on the sign turns through 51 degree angles. We're talking about this right here. Okay. Find the measure of the angle. The angle turns through 50, so they're telling you, if you have 50 1 degree angles, that's this size right here. This from here to here, that is 1 degree, not 10. This here, this space here equals 1 degree, okay? So if you have 50 1 degrees, okay, 50 of them, what is the opening? And there's the open sign right there. That means that 50 1 degree angles sharing the same endpoint, there's the endpoint, make the angle. So the angle has a measure of, so you put those 50 1 degrees, okay? So it's like 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree, 50 times. 50 degrees, okay? Write that down. What here are you writing? Okay. Let's go on to the next page. Key concept. Okay. Angles can be classified as right, acute, or obtuse. Okay, so these are new words for us, okay? So we're going to find out what it is. A right angle, we've talked about that already in some of our past lessons because it was going to come up. Okay, a right angle measures an equal 90 degrees. For it to be a right angle, it must be 90 degrees. Okay, it cannot be 91, it can't be 89, it can't kind of look like this perfect L. It has to be 90 degrees. So if you, again, hold a piece of paper, I'm using this, stickies, anything that has a perfect L, if you hold it there, you'll see it is a perfect L. Okay, that is a 90 degrees. So this here sticky note thingy has a 90 degree angle right here. Okay, see that? And here, this is a 90 degree angle, and this is a 90 degree angle, and this is a 90 degree angle. Okay, all right, so there it is. Okay, so there's your 90 degree angle. That is a right angle. So this is a right angle, 90 degree. Okay. This is also what you need to make a perpendicular line. Okay, an acute angle measures greater than 0, so it has to be at least 1 degree, and less than 90. So it has to be 1 degree to 89 degrees. Now it can't be 90 because 90 is the right angle. Okay, and this angle that's less than the right angle is called an acute angle. So yesterday we were just talking about greater than a right, less than a right. Now these actually have a name. An acute angle would be in between this space, and an obtuse angle is going to be outside of this line right here, outside of this, okay? But it won't be, it can't be here, because remember, if we put, remember what that angle's called? The straight angle that makes a straight line. If we had it all the way here, okay? This to this would be what's called a straight angle, okay? So that's why it only goes to less than 180, because this would be 180 degrees, having it open. So this line can only go right above here, okay? All right, so an obtuse angle, say it, obtuse angle, these are kind of fun to say, measures greater than 90 degrees, okay? Again, it can't be a perfect 90 because then that would be a right angle, not an obtuse angle. So it has to be 91 degrees, but it can't be 180 because 180 would create a straight line like you learned yesterday. So it can only be up to 179 degrees. 179 degrees. Okay? Good job. I see people showing me their books, showing your hard work. I love that. All right. It'll make sense as we get going. These are just new words to know. Okay, so the big thing is right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle. All right, let's go. Example 2. Classify, that means name it, the angle as right, acute, or obtuse. Okay? So remember, this is less than 90 degrees, greater than 90 degrees. And this is the perfect L. And remember, the angles don't always have to be, you know, have the line, horizontal line this way. It can be any way. An angle can be any way as this one is. Look at this one. Looks upside down, okay? But see this little square here? That's important because right there, that tells you what? What does that tell you? Write this down. Tells you it's 90 degrees equals a right angle. Okay? Oops. Okay. All right. Okay, so that little square there tells you it's 90 degrees, which is a right angle. Okay, the angle is 90 degrees. So it is a right, acute, or obtuse. Hopefully you're saying right. write it down. Okay. Classify the angle as right, acute, or obtuse. Now look at that. Okay, but you're going, but it's upside down. I don't know. I can't tell. Well, remember my paper trick? Okay, put your paper on any one part of the line. Doesn't matter. And if we did it here, if it's going to be a right angle, it's going to be like that. See? Perfect. Okay? Now let's see what this one does. If this line is greater, like over here, it's obtuse. If we can't see it because it's in here somewhere, that's acute. Think of acute like a cute little puppy. Okay? Puppies are very small. Okay? All right, so let's try that. All right, so I'm going to put this here. Oh, what? What do we see? This is outside. It's way out here. So one of the lines we're using to measure, that's our guide. And the other line is way out. It's outside of the 90 degree because here's my 90 degree. I'm going to just put it in with pencil. So it's greater than a right angle. So if it's greater than a right angle, that is a what? Is that right, acute, or obtuse? Okay, you should be saying obtuse, and that's what you would write here. So it is an obtuse angle. Okay, so if you got that, let me see a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and do the guided practice. Okay, guided practice. The angle shown turns through 94 1-degree angles. Hint, hint, important number here. Find the measure of the angle. Well, do we need a protractor? Protractor is how we measure angles. How many 1-degree angles does a right angle turn through? So how many degrees are in a right angle? Hopefully you're saying 90. So this one would be 90 degrees. Okay, the angle shown turns through 94 1 degrees. So what's the angle of this measurement? Tells you right there. So you should be writing 94 degrees. Classify one angle shown at right. Classify the angle shown at right. Okay, is this a right angle, acute angle, or obtuse angle? Okay, remember, if it's less than a L, it would be acute. If it's greater than an L, it's obtuse. If it is an L, okay? So remember, a right angle's a perfect L. An acute is less than an L, and obtuse is greater than an L. So hopefully you're saying, wait, that's less than a right angle, so this must be acute. And so you would write acute on number 2. And if you don't know how to spell acute, think of cute. Okay? All right, so that's it for the introduction. You're now in independent practice. All right, so again, really, really important. Write the measure of the angle in degrees and as a fraction of a full turn. Okay, so there's 2 things you have to do here. They want the angle in degrees, and then they want you to describe its turn. Okay? The fraction of a turn. Sorry. Oops. Okay, so we talked about this yesterday or the day before. Okay, so the measure of the angle in degrees. Okay, well, let's talk about the turn. This turn is a 1/4 turn, a half turn, or a full turn. Hopefully you're saying half turn. So what's the degrees? Well, a full circle is 360 degrees. So what's half a 360? Half a 360, a half turn. This is also called a straight angle. And let's write that down there. This is called a straight angle. Okay. And a straight angle, we talked about it in our notes under the key concepts. I wrote it here. Would be 180 degrees. Okay. And that's what you're going to write here in degrees. So it's 180 degrees. Okay. All right. And then you'll do that one. On this one, classify each as a right, acute, or obtuse. Okay, remember, a right makes a perfect L. As perfect as I can get it. An acute is less than an L, less than that. So it's acute is less than L. And obtuse is greater than L. Okay? All right, hopefully that helps. And here you just need to draw each figure. Okay, acute, again, less than an L, so just make it small, something like that. Less than that, has to be within this, okay? And obtuse is bigger than this, okay? So make one line and then just make the other one to go outside of an L, all right? All right, and then an angle that measures 30 degrees through how many 1 degree angles? So if it's 30 degrees, how many 1 degrees are there? Come on, people. For it to get to 30, there has to be 30 1 degree angles. Okay? All right, have fun with that. Don't forget to do the back. Okay? And again, just go back to all the notes and you'll be fine. All right, great.